What is up, everybody? I don't know if you're watching the stream, but it's officially the first episode of the Unspoken Media. And we are here with go. So, I was just explaining to her, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to go through some questions, as an interview does, at the end of it all. If you guys have any questions, she will, if she doesn't feel they're too invasive, she'll answer them, and we'll just hang out and have a good time. So, let's do it. So the first question is, I mean, you're a streamer, so what got you to this point? What got you into streaming?
For the most part, I was kind of just not doing too much. I was kind of home alone. I had my boys. It was great. But I felt like I needed something else in my life. So,
there we go.
Yeah, my husband he suggested to me,
Fix
why
the
don't you
things.
start streaming? Am I good? Can they hear me?
You're good. I adjusted all the volumes.
Oh, sweet. Okay. But yeah, he suggested to me I should start streaming since I like gaming. And believe it or not, I'm actually pretty shy. I've always been a shy person. So when he told me that, I was like, I don't know, like no. So I tried it a couple of times, and I don't know. I tried a couple of times and didn't go back to it. Well, a few months passed, and I just thought about doing it again. I got on Mixer, and I just loved it. It was awesome. I met so many new people. It kind of filled that hole in my life because, yeah, I've always been used to having a job. And for me not to have a job, I was like, oh, I'm going crazy. But streaming has just been amazing. I've met so many awesome
SK
people.
out of K.
Let's go with SK. Yeah, dude. SK is one of the people I've met. Made great friends with him and you, Metal. Like, I love streaming, but that's pretty much how I got into streaming. And yeah, now I'm just trying to go somewhere with it because streaming's it's awesome. I love it.
Tommy says she's not little anymore. She grew up so fast. Because when I was adjusting the windows, your actual window for your thing just kind of shrunk in Streamlabs. So it was this little bee. But
I gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's for a lot of us when it comes to streaming is, especially starting out, it's rough balancing the two, between being a streamer, working a job, especially anyone who knows me who's been around for a little while knows I work in a prison, and that's a rough schedule to try to bring things into. So
yeah, dude, I can imagine. Like, it's badass. You're doing it. I mean, you're doing it well. I think so. Kudos to you.
But so a lot of when I say a lot of us streamers, there's one other thing we tend to share is we have that one person that either inspired us to become streaming or inspired us to kind of be who we are now. So who's your inspiration? Who helps you move forward? Whatever. Basically, who helped make B, inspire B. Let me not say make. Make sounds wrong. Who helped inspire B to be B?
When you ask that, do you mean like streamer specific, or
No,
do you mean
I mean
just...
anyone. I mean, yeah, anyone.
Yeah, probably my husband. He was just a huge push in it all. Like, he's helped me so much with everything about streaming when I have questions and stuff. He's been a great help. Like, really has. Streamer wise, I have to say, I'm not just saying it because he's here, but SK's been a great help too. When I first started out, I would ask him a lot of questions. He would throw my name out there. He's been an inspiration too, from seeing him go from Mixer and just everywhere else. So I would say just normal person wise, my husband, and then streamer wise, it would probably be SK.
Yeah, it's who is that guy? I feel a bit of tension between Tommy and SK.
Oh, they love each other. They just like to go back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, I think one of my big inspirations, at least to get into streaming. It's kind of weird being on this platform and talking about him, but I don't know if you remember One Delta Street over on Mixer, but he's kind of
No.
who got me into it, and then SK's kind of helped push the book forward on my part, so
Yeah.
It sounds
I think SK's helped a lot of people out there.
Yeah, he's a damn good person, and I'm not just saying that because he's here,
Definitely.
So, with that being said, there's a lot of rough moments when it comes to being a streamer, whether you're not seeing growth or you're not seeing what you want to see. So, has there ever been a moment where you felt like maybe it's time to throw in the towel?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, knowing every streamer knows that money goes into streaming. You gotta put some money into streaming, and after putting so much money into streaming, you sit there, you put the time into it. That's another huge thing is time. Like, wow, the amount of time that goes into it. It's a sacrifice. It really is. You know that you're working, like you said, at a prison and you're streaming. You hit those points in time where you're not getting any growth. I've hit those points. I'm not getting any growth, and I'm just, what's happening? Am I doing something wrong? Did I change something? Is it the game I'm playing? What's going on, right? So you hit that point and kind of feel like, well, maybe it wasn't for me. But I don't know, every time I hit that, if I ever do hit that point, I haven't hit it many times, but when I do hit that point and I feel like that, I just tell myself, no, just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. I mean, just give it a little bit more time. Try it a little bit more. And most of the time, if I do that, put more effort into it, just really, really go for it. It ends up that's just a small portion of my streaming life. And then it gets past that, and it gets better. But yeah, you just gotta
keep pushing the line.
Yeah, dude, definitely. And I think that's where a lot of people mess up is they think, oh man, I'm gonna jump on, people are gonna like me, it's gonna be great. Like I'm gonna get growth like that. And
yeah, they're gonna be the that one shot star.
Yeah, and if you really want this, you just gotta keep working at it. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, I think a lot of us have had that moment. You kind of answered the next question, so I gotta kind of run it through a bit. But yeah, it's definitely one of those things where and it kind of hit me hard with the switch over to Trovo, which was getting to where I was on Mixer, and then having that all kind of crash around you with no seemingly no warning at the time. So it was one of those things. Once I kind of switched over to Trovo, it's been fun. I mean, but it was definitely one of those things where it was like, it hit hard. And when you see 2.5 years of work and grind just kind of get flushed down the toilet, it's like, that's where that's worth. Gotcha.
Yeah, dude. I think Mixer hit a lot of us hard because I was there. I was right there with you. To have to start all the way over, it was like, wow. Like I remember talking about it to my husband and just being like bummed, like super bummed. Like, where am I gonna go from here? Is it gonna be the same? Yeah, Trovo was a huge help in that. And I know it's a smaller streaming platform, but so far, I do enjoy Trovo. It's been great.
It definitely helps that a lot of us people who were on Mixer kind of grew a distaste for the way other platforms that I won't mention kind of did things, and you know, we wanted something. Mixer was supposed to be. I mean, it was relatively the wild wild west of the streaming platforms. It was kind of do what you want, you know, as long as you don't hurt people, or you know, you could kind of do what you want, and we were kind of left alone. And I think a lot of us still wanted that, you know. At least I know for me, I'm just now attempting to multi-stream the Twitch, and I'm very like, you know, I'm very questionable when it comes to some things I say. So it's like, oh well.
Don't say it.
So it's definitely one of those things where it's like, Trovo was a new face, you know. And it I know from a lot of the people I've talked to that switched over from Mixer, you know, we definitely get a lot of those old school Mixer vibes from it. So hopefully, you know, things keep going well. Trovo still seems to be kicking for now, I guess. So
And if not, I mean, there's like I said, we always just pushing for, you know.
Yeah, we'll just. Things. I guess eventually we'll just have to decide between Facebook and Twitch, right?
Or multi-stream. Hey, come on, it works.
Yeah, but you know, here's my thing on that is I'm very. I play a lot of games where you need to hyper focus, which you still haven't checked out Tarkov. Just saying. But
no, okay, I haven't. I need to watch you play it more, or I need to start watching YouTube videos on it. I just feel like I like playing video games, but I don't know if I'm gonna be good at that one. That one seems a little more.
Listen, I just made like 2 mil in that game off of running hatchet runs. You ain't gotta be good, you just gotta be lucky.
What? Okay. I'll have to look into it then.
But
Is that
kind
game
of
crossplay?
No, it's only on one platform. It's
Okay.
only on PC. It's way too complicated to put onto a controller. You'd have to like press the right D-pad and B just to switch to a different weapon or something, you know? There's too many buttons. But going into the next question. So this is where some people might want to pay attention in chat, you know, but what's a weird fact about BEAU Tifo?
Oh man.
Featuring you guys. Oh hell yeah! SK's featuring us on his Facebook stream in case that puts any pressure on you.
Nice. Oh, thanks, SK. Oh, weird fact about me. I have double jointed fingers, I guess. That's a strange fact.
I mean, that is a weird fact.
Right? I guess so.
You're one of what? Like 1%?
I guess. I don't know, but I
don't know the percentage. Well,
I don't either.
Tommy, thank you for that, man. Sorry, go ahead.
I can do that.
Vora says chingers.
Here's me, yeah. I know. I can do this. Yeah, I'm double jointed when it comes to my fingers. Weird B fact.
So, next question is, what's something you want people to remember you for? You know, at the end of all this, we all have to have a legacy.
I don't want to sound cheesy or anything, but honestly, probably just for... I hope people remember me for being a good person. Because I do strive for that. I try to be a good person, as good of a person as I can. I truly try that every day, just to be a better person. So I hope people come to my channel and just they feel that positiveness. And I know I have bad days. Everyone has bad days, but I'm saying for the
It
most
can't
part,
all
I
be
hope people
perfect,
just
you know?
remember me. Yeah, no one's perfect, but I just hope people remember me for being a good person.
Tommy says, I remember her being the trashiest player ever.
And I guess that's a good one too, right, Thomas? Dear Lord.
Well, the way I used to put it is I may not be good, but I'll die with style.
There you go. Hey, I like that. I like that.
No, like one of my things is, a lot of people, again, who've been around for a while, they know that the R post tag, everybody knows what it stands for at this point. You know, but
You know what's funny?
What's that?
Because I didn't know that, and Cap told me that he was like a week ago. He was like, "You know what that stands for, right?" And I was like, "No." And I don't know how I never knew that. I was like, "Oh, duh."
But I always think it's funny because, I don't want people coming in here thinking I'm gonna be, the most genuine person in the world. I'm probably not, but anyone who's gotten to know me over whatever time I've been on the internet at this point, a lot of people know that, I take it as a whereas, what I always used to say is it's like a you know what to expect at the start, and then when you get the exact opposite of that, you're just surprised, And but I think it's one of those things where, a lot of us, at least that a lot of the streamers I tend to hang around, a lot of the streamers I tend to actually chat with or whatever the case, they're more like, I can't deal with a streamer that just kind of sits there and stares and that's it, that's the stream. Like, that's to me, you gotta have something, and that's kind of one of those things. And everybody's got their taste, I'm not saying the guy that just stares and is like 30 kills a game, in a round of whatever game, not saying that's not for everyone. That's just not for me,
Yeah, I gotcha.
That's what you're doing. But I think like a lot of what I want to do is I want genuine interaction. I want, like a community, and I think a lot of us, again, coming, when it came to the mixer house, well, that's what a lot of us wanted, was something where it's not just someone spam emotes down in the chat and that's about it. We want to genuinely have a community, and being able to see the things my community has been able to do, being able to see the things SK's community is being able to do, whatever the case. I think it's definitely one of those things where it's like, where I thought this would go is not where it is now.
That's a good thing, though, yeah?
Yeah. Like, I know when COVID started, and SK will probably remember this, my job, my actual job, we were doing a fundraiser for the local community to where we were going to take gift cards and give them to families in need who need to put food on the table, and I was like, well, I have this stream that, all around at the time was kind of still in the process of kind of figuring out our footwork and all that, and we were able to raise, I think, $410 from the stream out of 3,000 that my total work was able to donate. And
That's awesome.
to me, that was like, that kind of hit hard, it was one of those things where it's like...
That's freaking awesome.
But, so with that being said, when it comes to your community, your family, what is it that you want to see, I guess?
Man, I enjoy the fact that almost everyone that comes to my stream is just, like you said, pretty genuine. They're bringing in positive vibes. They're just there because, man, they just want to chat with. Like, I love chatting with everybody. I love it. I really do. It's helpful for me, probably more than they even think. So, like, I love waking up and having, like, all these cool ass people telling me, like, hey, how's it going? Good morning. Like, just meeting badass people on the stream is, like, I guess what I really enjoy about it is being able to hang out with cool people and, like, meeting new people. It's crazy. Probably, I was telling Cap the other day, because I personally do know Cap. Me and Cap know each other outside of streaming. But I was telling him, I was like, my other mod, Tommy, I was like, it's funny. I've never met Tommy in real life. He lives, how we say, he lives in outer space. So I've never met Tommy in real life. But honestly, I see him as a closer friend than people I have met in real life. There's more interaction between me and Tommy than there are old friends of mine and things. So it's just, streaming has helped me a lot. Streaming has helped me a whole lot. I love meeting really cool people on here. And like you said, just genuine ass people. Like, I love it, dude. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way there. Is, there's been a lot, like, especially these last 2 years for me has been rough. I mean, mental health wise, I had lost two years ago in March. Actually, it might be going on 3 years in March. I lost my dad, and then, like, a week before, I had lost my grandmother. And on top of that, I had, like, a week off of work, and then it was back to work. And, being yelled at by 40-year-old men about the channel the TV on the tier is on, I think it's definitely one of those things where it's like, at the time, it's like everything kind of stacked up. And streaming was kind of my only output at that point. Being able to come here and meet with people and have a good time. Small world. But, and have a good time and just genuinely have connections that, be honest, I'm a bit of a house rat. I don't leave the house much. So, connections I may not normally have, or being able to meet people like my editor who lives in India, people I never would have met. Like, I ain't even got a dime close enough to be able to fly to India, So, people I never would have met, people I never would have, been able to know, people, and to be able to meet these people and get to know these people more than I probably know about myself, I think that's pretty wicked. I think one of the moments that kind of did it for me was back on Mixer. I think lowly little 200 followers on Mixer our posts. I had a hey, how you doing? I had a follower jump in and said he was having a bad day. I won't go into his story, but he was having a bad day, and I was like, you know what, I got an open spot. I think I was playing PUBG at the time, which is beyond far enough because I don't play pub like that. But I was like, you know what, I got a spot in my squad, come play. He was like, no, my day's been too shit, I don't want to do that. And I was like, no, you coming to play. You know, you getting in this party, you getting in this lobby, you playing. And, you know, we went from he was only going to play one round to like 4 hours later, we were still playing PUBG, which I don't know why I was still playing PUBG because I needed to sleep. But, you know.
One more game.
But, and then later on, I got a message from him, and it was a lot of, I mean, it was, you know, genuine thank you. You know, he told me some of the stuff he was going through, and that that me being able to tell him, hey, come play and just come hang out, forget about your problems, might have actually stopped him from making decisions that would not have been good for anyone. So it's like that. I think that's one of the moments that did it for me, that kind of solidified. Well, at the time it wasn't our post. At the time it was Golden Boy. But it was what kind of solidified my place, you know, for me at least. So, with that being said, do you have any of those moments where maybe you'd be willing to share that kind of gave you that that idea of, yeah, you know, this is what I want to do?
Man, none that come to the top of my head, but I have had a lot of instances, maybe not that in depth, but where people are having bad days and they come in. I used to do when I was on Mixer, it was really easy to do cooking streams, and I used to love doing cooking streams, and I get a lot of viewers in on there from all over the world. And when people would come in and they're like, man, I mean, I was having such, like you said, such a bad day, and then just chatting it up with you, hanging out, I feel better now. And man, dude, it feels awesome to know that you can turn someone's day around. Is like, it's awesome, dude. Like,
Yeah.
like I said, I don't have anything as in depth or anything, but
Cooking streams are awesome, says Fora.
Yeah, dude, I miss them. But turning someone's day around is badass, and I've done it a few times, not even meaning to. Like I said, I'm just there streaming, chatting it up with people. Bad.
Don't mind me dying. Oh,
Yep.
all right. I'm good.
And what's awesome too is chat, dude. I'm telling you, we got some great people in our chats. A lot of the times they'll jump in and we're just there to help people out too. So gaming streaming communities, it's helped me a lot in life, and I know it's helped a lot of other people in life too.
So, going on to a little bit of off the books for a minute, you know, off the question list. So, is there anything, we'll say, you know, outside of streaming, is there anything you've done, you know, like, I don't know how to, volunteer work, anything like that you've done?
I have. I used to, when I was younger, I used to love volunteering with my mom at her job. Her job would every year volunteer at a seniors home. And dude, if you've never volunteered with the seniors, I suggest do it. They are freaking awesome. They're so much fun. I mean, you're there hanging out with them. They love it. You love it. Volunteering for seniors is probably one of my favorite volunteer things I've ever done. Lately, the most I've probably done are I try to donate every once in a while to animal shelters, just because I love animals, dude. I've always loved animals. Growing up, I wanted to be a veterinarian. I still someday plan on doing it. I might be the oldest veterinarian out there, but I plan on doing it one day. Yeah, every so often I like to donate to the animal shelters. 'Cause, I mean, if we're not helping them fur babies, you gotta help them out.
Gotta help them fur babies. Yeah, I've seen some people were talking about donations for doggos, so I figured I'd ask. Yeah, I used to, I mean, if you could see behind me, That's actually my old nameplate from when I did fire service. I miss it.
Nice.
I miss it. But I had to.
I have a friend that does that, and he freaking loves it.
I'll go back, but I have my daughter, and I'm waiting.
Yeah, totally understandable. He's single.
All right, Debbie. You have a good night.
So. Later, Debbie.
Yeah, it was one of those things I used to love doing, and not to seem like I'm blaming her, but once I had her, I was it was kind of one of those things. It was either I had to spend nights without sleep or give up the gear for a while. So
that's understandable, dude. Kids change your life.
Oh, trust me, I know. She scares me every day. So, when it comes to, up and coming streamers, you got any advice for them? Anything you'd recommend? Do's, don'ts, stuff like that.
Man, biggest thing is don't give up, man. If you really want it, if you got something, if there's something in you, and you know that streaming's for you, don't give up, because you're gonna have a lot of downs. There are gonna be a lot of downs out there, but don't let them stop you. That's pretty much like I said with everything in life. Don't give up. Just don't give up. That's pretty much the do's.
Wouldn't that technically be a don't?
No, that's a don't. The do's, I would say get a camera is one of the biggest things. Every time I see someone complaining about someone's stream, it's usually because they don't have a cam. So. Yeah,
I would agree there.
Right? You want to interact with people. People want to interact with you.
Vora says, don't give up.
Shut up, Vora.
But
I get my stuff jumbled.
I think the camera thing is, there can be good streamers out there without the camera, and there's ways to get around not having a camera, but I think when it comes to that, it's definitely one of those things where it kind of adds that personality. Because if you're just a voice behind a screen, yes, you can build a community off that. If you look at some of the top content creators nowadays, a lot of them started by just being... I know, like, early 2000s YouTube, not a single one of them people had cameras. So, and they made communities and they made this. So, when it comes to that, I would say if you can't afford it, don't stress it. You can still get into it. It's still one of those things you can do. But, if you have the funds to be able to do it comfortably, I would definitely recommend getting a camera, because you add that bit of life, rather than just being a voice behind, like I said, a screen. You're now talking to them. They could see your reaction to some of these things, and sometimes reaction changes a stream. I could die 30 times in Tarkov, but if my reaction is extravagant every single time I die.
Yeah, agreed.
Be yourself, and your people will find you. Yeah, I agree with that one.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that one. That is a good one.
I think a lot of what, at least early, I won't say our post, early Golden Boy, back when I started, a lot of my issues was I was trying to be myself and play a character all at the same time. I was trying to be outlandish, but at the same time stay who I was, and it just, it gets tiring. It does get tiring trying to, play that character, and the more you try to play that character, I think the more you lose yourself. So, I would definitely say definitely be yourself, have a good time, because if you're not enjoying what you're doing, it might be time to change it up.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that.
Any more advice for him?
I don't think so. I think that's probably one of the biggest thing is just being yourself, just being genuine. Because,
Yeah.
like Scorpion said, your people will find you. They will, 100%.
It might take a minute, and I think that might be another piece of advice is this stuff takes time. You know, don't expect instant gratification. I mean, you're basically, you know, you're playing the stocks of the entertainment industry, where yes, you can be, you know, you have your guys that make it big like that. You know, you look at Twitch. I mean that you have the 1% that can make it big off of one stream, but a lot of times what's actually going to happen is it's a game stopper, but but a lot of times it's a slow grind. I mean, you're gonna have streams where you're streaming to yourself basically, you know, and I think a lot of what I think the best advice I give is be able to entertain yourself before you worry about entertaining others.
Oh yeah.
You know, being able to keep that conversation going even when there's no one in chat. Being able to keep that, you know, I guess being able to talk to yourself.
Oh yeah.
Without seeming crazy.
That actually is some great advice. You know how many streams I've done when it's just me, or maybe one of my mods pops in, and I'm literally like just playing a game, talking to myself.
Yeah, looking crazy.
Yeah, it sounds crazy, but
bunch of philosophers in here. but like I was saying, it's definitely one of those things where, you know, in order to entertain people, if you want people to stick around, I mean, you have to make a stream where you'd want to come back. And, you know, going back to what Scorpion said, be yourself and your audience will follow. If you're not making a stream where you want to come back, what makes you think other people are going to want to? And going back to what I said earlier, you know, with the guy that just stares at a screen, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, yeah, he will find an audience at some point, but it's, you know, it's a lot more entertaining, and I think, especially if you want to, you know, if you want more of a community rather than just viewers, being able to talk and being able to kind of able to hold a discussion, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Even when you're the only one in that discussion, is definitely going to help.
Yeah, agreed. 100% agree.
But
yeah, you want people to engage with you, or else it's like, what's the point, right?
Yeah, I can't tell you how many, and I mean, I see it here, and I think I see it here a lot more than I used to on Mixer. Just people, I guess, people aren't used to conversation on Trovo. But I'll have times where I will have went into a stream. I'll just say hello, and I mean, it's not that the chat's busy. It's just quiet, and you know, he doesn't say anything. And again, like I said, nothing against those people, but that's not something I'm gonna stick around for. You know,
Yeah.
You want to make your.
I want to talk.
You know, going back to my story from earlier, a lot of what people want when they're watching streamers, because there's always the stigma of, oh, well, why would people come and watch this? You could just go play the game yourself. Well, yeah, but you're not here for the gameplay. You know, at least I know from my stream, ain't nobody here for the gameplay. You know, there ain't no, I'm no Shroud. You know, any of Dr. Disrespect, I'm none of those streamers. You're not getting the top tier gameplay, you know. They're here for the personality, for the people. You know, it's just like watching, you know, your favorite athlete or your favorite, yeah, I could easily go play basketball. You know, maybe not on their level, but I could go do it. But I think a lot of it is people want to be able to. You got that right. People want to be able to hang out, you know, and sometimes it's not as easy as just going out and doing this, you know. Either a lot of it, like I know me, I cannot hang out with people because my schedule, at least before now, was so wonky. I had Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. You find me any job that gives Tuesdays and Wednesdays off besides where I work. But so it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I wasn't able to find people that were available when I was available, so be able to just come to a stream and hang out and talk to these streamers and, you know, meet genuine people. I mean, you know, yeah, you're gonna have your few bad apples, but for the most part, you know, a lot of the people I've talked to are genuine people, and I think that's going to be the difference in making a community or building or just getting viewers. You know, yeah, you can be the best at a game, but that'll only last so long.
Yeah, you gotta be good company too.
Yeah, definitely gotta be good company. I mean, you gotta make it to where people want to come back, and that's because at the end of the day, that's what matters. You know, having 30 viewers for one stream is fine and dandy, but if they're not coming back, I mean, that's where I think it changes the bar. You know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Most people that I have asked or that have said something tell me I am relatable. Don't take myself too seriously. I mess up in games. Not perfect. I can laugh at myself. I don't know what you're talking about, Scorpion, because we're fucking legendary, okay? It says it on my new logo. Just saying. But and I think that's another piece of advice I think I could definitely give to newer streamers is don't take your, you know, like she said, don't take yourself seriously. Well, too seriously. I'll say it that way. Have a good time. You know, if you gotta throw a few jokes, like, you know, jokes, not trolls, but jokes. Be able to take a joke. You know, be able to take criticism. Be able to take what's the word I'm looking for? Be able to take, you know, people just saying things at times. You know?
Yeah, like don't take stuff so seriously, pretty much.
Like if someone comes in and throw in some shade and you don't even know the guy, okay, well, okay, maybe.
Yeah, that's different.
But
That's different.
but if you have your normal viewers coming in, throwing a few jokes out every now and again, be able to throw one back, or just be able to take it. And, you know, my thing is I joke about myself. I say the joke before you can put it out.
Well, okay, well, yeah, I guess I'm the same because our crew is Beautiful's trash crew, so I always tell people we're straight trash. So.
Well, that was
I'm not the best.
Well, that
but
was.
I do have fun with it.
That was part of where the art post tag came from, is because when I was rebranding, I was like, well, what's something I can relate to that, you know, would still be funny or still be catchy, and I ended up deciding on our post because I get called a piece of shit at work all the time, so it's like, oh, boom.
We'll see, and you made it into something though.
You gotta be able to. Tommy says, I don't joke around you, I don't joke around, you lying.
Thomas's favorite word is trash.
Well, funny enough, the Unspoken Media, or the Unspoken, was originally Trash Talk, but I decided to change it. It was also going to be a whole different show, So, but I'm glad
Gotcha.
glad we decided against. Then you have me calling you reposts. Yeah, it's what is it? Re-ol piece of shit. That's what it is. It just adds 2 E's. That's all. But so that's it for my line of questioning. So if anyone's got any questions in the chat, feel free to ask. We'll start answering some questions from the chat, as long as they're not too personal. Is what my brain wants. That's fair. That's fair. So we have. Yeah, we're about to get there. So Tommy says, "Who's your favorite mod?" I'm gonna let you answer that one, and I'm a. Biddy says, "What's your favorite?"
No favorite.
Biddy says, "What's your favorite Disney movie?"
Oh, man, that's a hard one. There's so many good ones. Favorite Disney movie.
I already know mine.
For real? Okay, Metal, you go first, cause.
Treasure Planet all day, every day.
Oh, that's a good one, dude. It doesn't get enough recognition at all.
Not even close
Not
to
at
enough.
all.
Nah, see, if you're talking modern Disney, yeah, Disney trash. But Treasure Planet, instant fucking classic. One of the best there ever was. If not Treasure Planet, Atlantis.
Ooh, that's a good one too. I heard they were gonna make a live action of it, or they were
I hope
talking
not.
about it. That one would be freaking sweet.
I hope not.
Well,
Listen.
Are you thinking they destroyed it? All the live action.
I mean, look at Mulan.
Live action.
Look at Mulan.
That one was bad. That one was bad.
That one was really bad.
My brother-in-law was. It was my brother-in-law
He
because
said,
we
"Nah,
hadn't
Holes."
watched it yet. My brother. Oh, dude, Holes is good too. Dang, that is a Disney movie. Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy to think about all the movies they have.
The only one that comes to, the only one that comes to my mind is Lilo and Stitch. I freaking love Lilo and Stitch, y'all.
My daughter likes Zootopia. She likes Zootopia, Frozen. She's in love with Frozen. But I think
Zootopia's a good one that doesn't get enough recognition too. That's a good.
I think I think out of all of them though, Treasure Planet, if you're gonna do a live action, Treasure Planet would be the one to do with the right director. Oh, that's a good question. Okay. So Captain asks, if you could get a time machine, what era would you go to?
Oh, wow.
Mr. Testicles says 1994.
Okay, I've never been big on history. I just never have been, which is weird because my dad is, he loves history, but I've never been big on history. I was more of a math and science type of person. But, it would probably be medieval times. Dude, we go to Renaissance Festival every year, and I love it. So it would probably be, for me, medieval times. I'd probably be killed pretty swiftly.
Say, you'll just catch the Black Plague and call it a day.
Yeah. But like, I think I would have enjoyed it just a little bit,
I think for me, this is a good one. I don't know. I normally have an answer, but this one's hard. I would.
Oh.
I would probably say. I'd say Renaissance era. I'm a big fan of. I would probably be burned at the stake because I don't believe the Earth is flat, and I don't believe the planets revolve around Earth. But other than that, I am a big fan of creativity. I'm a big fan of art. I actually was good at drawing at one point. That changed when I don't have time to do it anymore. But if you look at any of my overlays, I'm still good at doing that. So.
Oh, you drew that, dude.
Yeah.
It's badass. Oh yeah, dude, you do draw good.
I think, but yeah, I would definitely say like a Renaissance era.
Okay, I think that's what I meant. Not medieval times. I'm telling you, I'm not good at that stuff. I think I'm thinking the same thing you are. I'm gonna revoke my first answer and go with Renaissance.
Biddy says disco era. Hell yeah.
Oh, dude, that would be freaking awesome. I can get down with some disco music.
But if I'm gonna be honest, if I had a time machine, what I would probably do is go back in time and just bet on all the companies that everybody expected to fail, like Apple, and just make billions.
you hot tub time machine that shit.
Hell yeah. Have you ever watched I don't know what streaming platform it's on, but if you ever get the chance, look up what's that show? It has James Franco in it. Hold on, I'm gonna Google this.
Check shit out and bounce back.
If you get the time, look up the show 11/22/63. It has James Franco in it, and it has him going back in time to stop JFK from getting shot. And it is such a good show. But it makes sense because basically what it puts out is that time is gonna play out the same way no matter what, and it shows throughout the show. It shows time messing with him to stop him from being able to do it. So there's a part where this pretty early in the show, so it's not too bad of a spoiler, but it shows while he's using a payphone, it has a car accident, and when he goes to check it out, the chick's telling him basically you don't belong here and stuff like that, but it's time messing with him. And it's a really good show. If you get the chance, I highly recommend you check it out.
Is that on Prime?
It might be on Netflix. It's either Netflix or Hulu. I'm not really sure which one.
That one sounds interesting. So me, I'm not big on series at all. I watch a lot of I guess if I'm gonna go with series, it's gonna be animation or
hell yeah
anime.
Okay. Hold on. Favorite anime? Go.
Oh shit. Probably the one I've watched the most is Soul Eater.
Okay.
I've watched Inuyasha several times too. Those are hard. Favorite type of questions for me are hard because I
top three. Top three.
Oh, top three. I have to say, just because it is such a great freaking anime, and I know y'all are gonna probably ask me if I've seen season 4 yet. I wait till it comes out all the way. I have to say, Attack on Titan is one of them. I know it is an older one, but I always loved Inuyasha. I remember as a kid, I would.
I mean, the oldies are the classics.
Yeah, dude, I love Inuyasha. I started watching Princess Yashahime about their kids. It's pretty good. It's. I think I prefer to see, the old characters, but it is pretty good. And then, like I said, I used to watch Soul Eater all the time. I used to just watch it over and over again. Dude, I love Soul Eater. Death the Kid's my favorite. So, you know how on Soul Eater, does anyone else watch
Hell
Soul
yeah,
Eater?
there's Sen.
Okay. You know how Death the Kid, he shoots with his guns upside down with his pinkies?
Yeah. I mean, that's not tactically
No, it's not. No, no,
advantageous,
no, no, no.
but
Agreed. But what was freaking cool is like a month ago, I met Jerry Michalik. If no one knows who Jerry Michalik is, he is a fucking legend. I'm not sure if I can say the F word on your show. I'm sorry.
yeah, you can. You
Okay, I
can.
can't. He is the fastest shooter in all of the world. Like legit, a legend. And that's not
Yeah.
only one of the titles he holds. He at the demo that we watched him at, he shot like that, and I was like, dude, that's the kid. I was so stoked. I never fangirl, but I did fangirl when I met him.
So my
Yeah, those are probably three of.
so my top three would have to be one. My number one is Death Note. Any day, all day. Fight me,
Oh,
you
dude,
know.
definitely. Yeah.
One of my favorites, just because there's no. I like the idea that you don't have, you're not following the good guy. You're not following. Well, when you start out, you think you're following the good guy, but as you learn more and more, you're not following the good guy, but he's not the bad guy at the same time. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it shows that the world isn't so cut and dry, and it's not just this guy's all good or all bad. It's people are people. We all make mistakes, and to have, and it shows that to have one deciding factor on that is not a good idea. And I like the way the show plays out. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, and it's been out for like a billion years. But, the ending, although I hated it, at the same time I loved it. I always hate when things happen, but, my number two, and it's a little, I think it's a show that doesn't get enough attention, and actually my new logo is is it my actual new logo, not the Unspoken logo, but it's in the style of this show, and it's The Millionaire Detective. A great fucking show. If you have Funimation, I highly recommend you watch it. It's about a detective who has all the money to do whatever the fuck he wants. There's literally a scene where he just crashes through a bunch of cars and then buys a car off a guy because something happens, and the guy's like, oh, he's like, how much for the car? And the guy's like, you couldn't afford it on your measly cost pay, and he's just like, he like rips him out of the fucking car and then just looks at his fucking debit card and transfers the money to him, and it just takes the car and leaves. But he just pays out everything he wants, and I think it's a fucking amazing show. But it plays on that idea, because as the problems become bigger and bigger, he realizes not all his problems can just be bought off. And it's another one of those shows where it's like, yeah, we have this lesson. We're not going to tell you it directly, but we have this lesson that if you pay attention to what's going on, you're gonna learn, you're gonna figure out what we're trying to show you. But it's one of those things where you got to pay attention, and if you're not, then you're gonna be behind. And my third is a tough one, because it's between Case File Kabuchiko, which is a very weird fucking show. Again, if you have Funimation, highly recommend you watch it. It's a play on Sherlock Holmes, where he lives in this place this town in Japan called Kabuchiko, and I mean, it is where very questionable people live, and it's one of those things where, again, it plays on this idea that we have this lesson, but we're not going to tell you it directly. I think a lot of my shows, their sole purpose is to teach you this lesson. And then, so it's between that one and Rising of the Shield Hero. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Those are all on Funimation. I need to buy Funimation.
I think Rising of the Shield Hero is on Crunchyroll.
Oh, I don't have either one. So my plan was to get Funimation and Crunchyroll, but I'm waiting.
Well, definitely get Funimation, and if you get it,
Yeah.
Millionaire Detective, Case File Kabuchiko, and Rising of the Shield Hero are definites. You need to watch them.
I will definitely watch those once I get Funimation. I'm just waiting.
With that being said, that's gonna be it's gonna be the end of it, guys. I love your face, and I'll see y'all next time. And
Later, y'all.
let Beautiful say what she's got to say for final regards. Oh, he says
Alrighty.
only because B
Metal.
is on here. It's boring.
Shut up, Thomas.
Hell yeah, Captain.
All right, Metal Dude.
Every Sunday, Captain. Every Sunday we're gonna be doing this show. It's not gonna be interviews every Sunday. It's gonna be a little bit more podcast type. Hopefully, I can get B back on for some more stuff. A little less interview, more of the podcast style. So, we'll see. Not a problem.
This was definitely fun, dude. Metal, thanks for inviting me. This was a lot of fun, seriously.
Not a problem. Glad everybody had a good
I'd
time.
love to do it again. Yeah, and I feel like everyone enjoyed it.
But yeah, we'll definitely get more. Like I said, I mean, the way the show is supposed to work is it's not fully, it won't be like this next time. It might not, depending if SK agrees to an interview or not. It's gonna be a little bit more like current news, whether in the gaming realm or if you have situations like the GameStop stonks thing, because I think that's funny as hell. I like seeing the little guy win. Okay. But it'll definitely be more stuff like that, and just kind of talking about current gaming news or current news that isn't too controversial, and just kind of having a good time, maybe making fun of it, most likely making fun of it. Just honestly having a good time talking to you guys. That's gonna be the best. That's gonna be the biggest thing. And hopefully my co-host will be on next time, or maybe it'll just be me. We'll see. But yeah, anyway, love you guys. Y'all have a good night. I need some sleep, so yeah.